Money lending apps, the harassment and the suicides. We have just discussed about all of this in the previous video. However, according to the investigating officers and social activists fighting for regulation of these apps or a ban for these apps, say that this is only the tip of the iceberg and it might be a much larger scam. I'm Amrutha, you are watching TV9 News. Just a short while ago, I had a brief conversation with Mr. Praveen Kalai Selvan and Mr. Balaji, who are both from the Save Them India Foundation and have been fighting for the victims of the money lending apps. This is what they had to say. Now that the RBI has issued an advisory, I want to ask first Mr. Praveen, is this an enough step? Is this enough to tackle the unregulated money lending apps, or does it need to be more from the government side?
This
Yes.
is not the enough advisory. Okay, state police and central team, I mean central government, okay, everyone's supposed to take a strict action against the online lending apps, the founder or owner or the CEO. Okay, they should take a very strict action against these companies, and RBI should keep on monitoring this kind of lending platforms.
Yes. And Mr. Balaji, you had a few points to make just before our video started regarding how there are several other ministries also involved, and they should be, already been involved in this right now and not just an advisory. So do explain that to our viewers.
So the raids from the Hyderabad police and the information from the police force of Cyberabad is that 78 bank accounts have been freezed and 423 crores. 423 crores from only 4 private limited companies. And let me tell you, these companies are registered as private limited, and most of them say that they're going to develop websites and applications, etc. So the main objective of the company is violated. They have found only 4 companies so far. They have arrested only 4 people. There are 84 such companies. So Ministry of Corporate Affairs should be brought on the scanner. Enforcement Directorate for the amount of money that was involved from just 4 companies. There are 70 plus, as I told you. And of course, the Income Tax Department, Ministry of Foreign Affairs,
Yes.
all put together the bigger giant, Ministry of Finance. So
All
these
right.
are all the 5 entities, or these are all the 5 government agencies that should have taken cognizance of the entire situation.
So the Cyberabad police have already said that this is only the tip of the iceberg, and
Exactly.
there needs to be a multi-city probe over here to uncover the scam. So I'm having a very difficult time understanding or drawing parallels to how large of a scam this can be and what all can be involved. So can you just break it down to our viewers about how huge this entire business is and the scam that they are running?
In technical terms, it's called an organized crime. So an organized crime involves a larger network or even the largest network involved. And there are several layers within layers of the crime that they do. We only see that money has been lent, the individuals were harassed, they committed suicide, and as a result of which, there is a huge uproar. Rather, these organizations or the people who are involved in this scam want the public only to know this part of the story because there is a larger money laundering activity happening. And not just that, you have all your Aadhaar data available in public, anybody can access it. And you have your phone number, OTPs come to your device. Everybody say
Yes.
OTP, two-factor authentication is secure, but no, you need not even download, I mean, you need not even give permissions for the apps that you download. A mere download will have at least 10 to 15 malwares getting into your device. And
Yes.
those malwares can be used to actually play around whatever that they can. It's not just about money laundering, it's about data theft, identity theft, and these data can be used for a larger attack in the future days. And the biggest question is that every company that we took, every company that we investigated, not even a single firm was China.
So is there a way to regulate these apps so that these apps become safer to use?
Yes, of course. Like if these applications come under RBI jurisdiction, and it's like everything should be monitored by RBI. Okay, why this app should get monitored by RBI? Because they are accessing our Aadhaar card, they are accessing our PAN card, and after that they are accessing our many of the contact details. Okay, the everything should go in a very limited access. Okay, if they want to access only for two of the contact, then we have to give them we have to give them access of only two contacts. Okay, if they are accessing our storage, then they can access our PAN card and Aadhaar card only. Okay, nothing else from our storage. If this is happening, like if RBI is giving this regulatory to this organization, or like this online lending platform, and obviously it can survive in India.
If I want to start a money lending business, I have to register my organization as a financial services firm, and I have to request for a license from the Reserve Bank of India. Only upon obtaining the license that I'll become an authorized entity to offer loans. Had these organizations done that, they wouldn't have the crisis that they are facing right now.
According to the social activists, the most at risk here is our data, privacy, and our identity, which can be misused by foreign elements. Moreover, even the Telangana police, who raided a couple of offices which ran these apps, found links to foreign countries like Indonesia and even China. They raided 4 firms which operated 30 such apps, and also they found out that they had call centers set up in different cities across India, where there were more than 1,000 employees working for them, each of them probably being paid around 10,000 to 15,000 per month. However, the larger extent and how deep the entire nexus goes is still unknown, and only further investigations can uncover. Like the social activist said, more ministries and the government needs to be involved to find out the source of this problem. In the meantime, what we can do is to be aware ourselves and also educate others about internet safety and also avoiding these sort of money lending applications. You can like, share and subscribe to TV9 Digital. Also, do not forget to leave your opinion in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching.